Hello Internet, and welcome to the first game of my round 4, my semi-final game of the Nugget Bridge Invitational against MikotoMisaka, Angel Miranda, who is actually using the same team that Simon used my first round opponent. So, there's a few mind games here. I'm sure he knows what I'm using, I know what he's using. I'm sure there'll be some collaboration going on. So I'm expecting him to be prepared, but I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. I'm worried about the Lucario, because I was worried about the Lucario against Simon. That Lucario is very, very important for him. If he knocks my Tyranitar out with his Lucario, then I'm in a bad situation. I need to make sure I keep my Talonflame safe, because I need that for his Lucario. But let's see how it goes. MikotoMisaka actually, he decides to lead differently. He leads differently to Simon. He plays it differently. He leads here with his Garchomp and Charizard, which puts me under big pressure straight away. He can Heat Wave, he can Solar Beam, he can Earthquake, he can do a lot of damage straight away. So, first turn, I'm threatened. And basically, the first turn here, I'm resigning Raichu to getting knocked out, sacrificing Raichu to get a Belly Drum off with Azumarill. So I know that the Solar Beam is the thing that is the most threatening to Azumarill, so I use Fake Out on the Charizard. His Life Orb Garchomp does knock out my Raichu, and it does do a lot of damage to this Azumarill, but it doesn't do enough damage to prevent the Belly Drum with my Citrus Berry. So I get the Belly Drum off, but he's in a good situation straight away. Even though I have got a +6 Azumarill, I am low on health. His Garchomp has got rough skin. I do bring my Tyranitar here, which is going to be chipping away at my own Azumarill as well. But basically, I'm thinking that now the sand is up, the only thing his Charizard can do is use Overheat on my Azumarill to knock it out. Overheat will knock it out at this point. Maybe even a Heat Wave with the Sandstorm damage. So I know that my Tyranitar can take one Earthquake as well. So I'm going to protect the Azumarill, thinking that something is coming its way. It is at +6 after all, and I can get, for the cost of this Earthquake damage, get a free Dragon Dance up, which is basically what happens. Here's the Mega Evolution. But he actually decides to protect his Garchomp here. Is threatened by my Aqua Jet, which would knock it out at this point. But here's my free Dragon Dance. So, dancing away, there we go. He brings his Lucario out though, because his Charizard isn't really doing too much there, but that does mean that his Lucario, it is faster than my Azumarill. It does actually have Bullet Punch, and it can knock my Azumarill out, so again I'm in a bit of trouble. But he can't really use Earthquake with his Garchomp now, because he will knock his own Lucario out. So he just uses Dragon Claw on my Tyranitar after I've got a bit of Rock Slide damage, I think that was. I was fishing for flinches. You know, yes, that's the best thing that I could do really. But his Garchomp is in crunch range, and his Lucario happens to be in Brave Bird range. Now, I later found out that this is a particularly bulky Lucario, so this was potentially a high damage roll. But luckily for me, the Lucario goes down. If the Lucario didn't go down there, his Garchomp would have been able to have either got a Rock Slide off, knocked the Talonflame out, or got an Earthquake off and done a good, 60% or whatever to my Tyranitar. So, if that was a high damage roll, the Lucario going down there was very, very, very important. But basically, because that turn worked out the way it did, I've turned this game around from being in such a terrible position back at the beginning of the game, foddering off my Raichu just for the Fake Out basically on the first turn to get that Belly Drum off, into this situation where I've got my Dragon Dance up now, and I'm sweeping his team. I'm knocking out his Charizard, no problem. This sun boosted Flare Blitz does, a lot of damage. That's what, 35% to to his Tyranitar. That is a lot of damage, and I've won the game at this point. Even the critical hit Rock Slide is not going to knock this Tyranitar out. For this whole tournament, every time I saw a Tyranitar, I was a little bit paranoid about them having Brick Break, but that's not very common at all. Not messing around with Rock Slide missing here, just going straight for the crunch. I know it'll knock it out, and I got the game won basically. So again, I won the game. Not a problem. Like the game against Simon, I did feel quite good going into the game, looking at the team preview, but you never really know how it's going to work out. I was worried when he showed that lead of Garchomp and Charizard. So let's go into game 2 in the next video and see how the next game pans out.